your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. Your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like.
God loves you, Leo. August is the month of the angelic frequencies of the gemstone Peridot. Your birthstone is Peridot, Leo. So what we need to do is see how these two gemstones resonate with each other when it's a time of doubling up on your gemstone when the month and your birthstone overlaps. Because obviously in the Western system of astrology there's an overlap of July and August for Leo. But in the ancient system, August is associated with Peridot, and that portion of Leo is associated with Peridot. So, and in July, it's Ruby. So, the system is from the ancient Egyptian system, and in the modern sense, it's the modern system of the Hebrew calendar is more akin to more of a solely lunar calendar, is more akin to how it's actually laid out. So you sort of add a lot of that gemstone because of August frequencies and because of Leo frequencies, and the Archangel Virgil, who resides over Leo, who's the zodiac angel of Leo. Find out what happens, again, when there's sort of a doubling up of that energy or a potentiation of that energy. So we'll see what happens when we utilize that, plus some of the solar gemstones which go with this time as well, because Leo is ruled by the sun. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to learn how to contact me, please visit my website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com, where we provide you with all the information necessary on how you can attain one of our spiritual consultations, psychic astrology, Rosicrucian Kabbalah, as well as classes and upcoming seminars. We have seminars and classes and things like Merkaba, Kabbalah, Practical Magic, Astrology Angel Magic, and Solar Angel Magic, these types of things. We can teach you how to read tarot cards, teach you how to read rune stones, the I Ching, that kind of thing. Now, again, August gemstone of Peridot has the light emanations of the astrology archangel called Virgil. And again, your zodiac sign gemstone of Peridot is going to be potentiated in August, because this is a time when, even though in the Western system July and August sort of overlap for Leo, traditionally with the more ancient systems and the systems of the Middle East, it's for August. So in July it's Ruby and Peridot, but in August it's going to be Peridot, sort of a doubling down on that. Your ruling planet is the Sun, Leo. So for solar energies to be potentiated with the Peridot, you can utilize sunstone, of course, citrine, ruby, because it's red, is also a very solar type of gemstone. You can use red garnet, you can use yellow tiger's eye, and these are the type of precious stones used to align oneself with the energies of the planetary angel Michael, or Michael, who is assigned to the planet Sol in Kabbalah, since this angel applies varying levels of correction towards what I like to call an individual's ego matrix or personality matrix, and that is the very definition of Ha-Satan, because that's the body, that's the physicality, that's the corporeal being. And then we have the spirit within, and the two, when you have the corporeal body, the body that has no life within itself, plus the spirit, and the two come together, you get a soul. Now, regarding the Archangel Michael, he is the one who fortifies, and it builds up and strengthens the soul, feeding it from the seeds of philosophical gold made abundant through daily and moment-by-moment crucifixion of the ego. It's important to remember that introversion, bashfulness, and shyness are a constriction of the light, and this type of personality restriction is therefore the largest expression of one's own ego, because it implies that people are observing you when in reality they're actually only looking at and thinking about whom? They're thinking about themselves. That's right. Therefore, be very mindful of your own inner soul power, your sun power, when utilizing these very potent gemstones in unison with each other. When you're using the solar gems that we mentioned, like ruby or amber, red garnet, yellow tiger's eye, citrine, sunstone, and peridot, and a sort of a potentiation of using a lot of peridot during August, this is going to create a lot of that solar willpower, which is the willpower of the true inner golden self, that inner self that's more of the heart of gold. It's not an iron will, that's Mars. Soul is the golden will, that heart of gold, compassion, that kind of thing. Now the archangel of the sun, who is Michael, commanded by God in the book of Daniel 12, 1-3, that's chapter 12, verses 1-3. In the Dewey Rames Bible translation, it reads, "But at that time shall Michael rise up, the great prince, who standeth for the children of thy people, and a time shall come, such as never was from the time that the nations began, even until that time. And at that time shall thy people be saved, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of those that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some unto life everlasting, and others unto reproach." To see it always. "But they that are learned shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that instruct many to justice as stars for all eternity." Now, when we're talking about Kabbalah, one might want to reference this book, which personally I can't live without, and also people in our order can't seem to live without. This is The Mystical Kabbalah by Dion Fortune, and it's just a must-have book if you're studying any kind of Rosicrucian style Kabbalah, if you're studying a Christian sort of Kabbalah, Christian Rosencrantz type of Kabbalah, if you're studying the type that's more of a Golden Dawn style. This is just a must-have. Again, it's by Dion Fortune, and this is a picture of the Kabbalah, and you see this is the top Sephira of Keter, and then you have here, you have Chokhmah, and on the other side you have Binah, and that's the top three supernals. Now the Catholic Church itself is set up like this, you know, the gate that goes across to protect from where the altar is and the priest. That's the upper three supernals, and the reason you have usually a statue of Mary on the side over here, and on this side you usually have some kind of male saint and Christ in the center, is because Christ here is in the heart chakra, the cross, the solar logo 666, and this is the reflection of the Father on top, and the male is reproductive organ is on this side. That's Chokhmah, that's intelligence, and the female reproductive organ on the other side is Binah, that reveals and conceals the light of the Creator, and that's where you have, that means understanding. That's over here. That's where you have the statues of Mary, and that's why Mary is there. It's not idolatry. It's a reflection of the Kabbalah. So that's for you to understand how temples and churches are laid out and why they're laid out in that fashion. There's a reason for it. Now, if you are studying the Golden Dawn system, this is a great book. We have several of these paperback, the Golden Dawn. This is as revealed by Israel Regardie. And this is the Llewellyn's Golden Dawn series. The publisher is Llewellyn. So we've read this. We've committed most of it to memory because we had to, and in the order that we were in. And we have the hard cover. They call it the Doorstop Golden Dawn book. We have that one as well. So these are must-have books. And also, this is a very important month when you, in August, when it's very good to charge something like a Lemurian crystal that can be used for just about anything. There's a lot of Akashic records, or same as something like the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, the Pentateuch, what Moses wrote. This has the memory of all that. Some call it the Akashic records. Every culture has their own form of sort of the memory of what is in creation and what makes up our reality. Now, regarding the sun is known as the attribute of God the Sun. found in the book of John. That's John, the Gospel of John 1:4 in Dewey Rheims Bible. It's the Gospel of John. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. Your fire guardian, Archangel Michael, speaks to you from your Leo astrology archangel called Virchiel. Again, that's for August, and it's for Leo. Now, again, Archangel Michael is the mighty archangel who rules over all the fire signs, and he resides over the south and the hot, dry winds of the south. Now, first we want to get to your angelic horoscope transmission from your fire guardian Archangel Michael. Again, he speaks to you from Virchiel. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Leo zodiac angel, the astrology angel Virchiel, who resides over the Leo's fixed fire nature. It's air of fire, it's fixed fire. And here are his messages for you in the areas of love, money, and health. First, Virchiel's love, rapture, and romance transmission. It's all about the heart with Leo. It's all about the heart in August. Now, the golden yellow angelic light frequencies of Virchiel combined with comforting, healing qualities, shimmering towards extravagant, deeply thoughtful internal and external healing remedies really pulsate. And it's a gemstone that has a pulse, and the rays of light will be alluring to the eye from the gemstone of Peridot, stimulating to your romantic aspirations through happy blessings bestowed from August's solar angelic realms in the course of this birthstone's luxurious as well as therapeutic and talented attributes. Magical energies of an accurate permutation of zodiac angel Virchiel's natural fifth house attributes, in addition to your own Leo energies, bestows to you a great cornucopia filled to the brim, realizing new possibilities as well as ever brighter future portents. Brilliant methods of attainment are the purview of the traditional zodiac sign of Leo for the objective of charming, attention-grabbing, and enlightening, also very accommodating shimmerings of exact light that fills the heart with an ambiance of created radiance and motivationally therapeutic to both body and soul, allowing fresh dreams initiating forth from a gem which gives alluring capabilities for the owner of such a gemstone through attraction of the crown chakra up there in the Sapphire of Keter, and the crown chakra qualities as well as third eye, heart chakra, and solar plexus attributes which encompass Tiferet, the Sapphire of Tiferet, where the cross of Christ is, the solar logos, and these attributes are thus generating abundant light and thus a copious amount of delight. And the attainment of a vessel for this kind of light is brought throughout a regeneration, really, of your personal spirit guides, affording knowledge from clear vision during various ultradimensional and intradimensional communicates made very lucid through quite complementary relationships within solar crown chakra pineal gland attributes, as well as third eye or sixth chakra pituitary functions and consciousness. Heart chakra, lion heart strength through compassion and solar plexus qualities of ego health, which is a necessity for healthy life here on earth. It will activate the Sephirot of solar potency within Keter. That's that crown chakra. That's reflecting lunar power through Yesod, activating Venusian beauty and desire in Netzach, and even the passion of martial Gebura. It offers sources of dimensional currents of enchantment for romance magic, which is effective when influenced through solar qualities of confidence expressed in goddesses or gods within the Sephirah of Tiferet, being Fortuna Lucifera, Apollo, Mithra, and Archangel Michael. And when these are included in performance of ritual ceremonial magic, that's your romance magic. Remember, this is Kabbalah, what we're speaking of. And it's very similar to other forms of chakra energetic representations and arrays that you can look at. Now, Virchiel's money and wealth transmission is next, again with the help of the mighty Archangel Michael. Generosity is the name of the game when the sun sends out his glowing sunbeams to fill the air with copious production of wealth gotten from work well done. And this is due to personal pride, which is very important. Personal pride and confidence are not the same as arrogance and false pride. Personal pride and confidence are essential for self-assurance and poise. And this is being all important during this time, and it's a very, very significant factor in the attainment of success in money and business and any kind of career that you've decided that you want to pursue for yourself. Clients and customers understand that their well-being is at the heart of any action when soul transits through fifth house frequencies where Archangel Michael and Zodiac Angel Virgo oversee activity. And this brings light into even the darkest corners of God's great universe. Anyone that wishes to or hopes or desires to indulge in financial successes will begin to learn what must be done to attain the financial freedom which they desire, which they truly desire, which is, it has to be congruent within yourself. You have to think that it's okay to have money. You have to think that it's okay to be wealthy, and you have to trust yourself with money. You have to trust that you're not going to use your money for things that are going to get you in a world of problems. You have to trust that you know how to handle money. You have to be able to trust yourself. Money injections for new upstarts become significant for people who gain deep insight into what makes others agree to purchase goods and services. A great enjoyment of helping others and providing for their needs brings on a sunny disposition in financial transactions produced from intentions which truly start out as sincere as well as friendly. This is the season for tending to children and creative projects, or even the artistic work of one's progeny. Art, music, works of writing, fiction or nonfiction even, are valued during fifth house considerations of the natural zodiac house of Leo the Lion, with strong solar willpower, making one capable of invoking help from mighty archangelic realms, keeping everyone protected and, quite frankly, cared for properly. And that's really what happens when that compassion comes through the Leonine aspects of the fifth house attributes in August. That's the natural fifth house, of course. Now, connecting to one's personal money nymph in the Kabbalistic Sapphire of Jupiter and Chesed and Venusian Netzach, which are important sephiroth for income generation and money magic techniques, being overflowing sources of cash, from where economic health is cultivated via connections of fun, gratifying and sensible occupations through opulence. Any such type of magic allows for riches to pour forth from inner oceans of light, from one's authentic inner happiness, which is then given freely to others by participating in trade, with sunny dispositions bringing a happy countenance formed from similitude with Creator God. Because in Kabbalah you have the greater and lesser countenance of the Creator shown in the Sephirah, which are above and below in the middle pillar. Now, laugh and the world laughs with you when the world of Asaya, having the throne of Malkuth, the bride of the king, creating his kingdom in Malkuth, begotten from proper craftsmanship of amulets made with formidable talent and precision, way beyond the understanding of most, and bound by etheric plane tapestries, responsible for granting earthly necessities and treasures, who are the agreeable magical elementals upon which all magicians and adepts must rely. You need those salamanders of fire. You need those sylphs of air. You require those undines of water and those gnomes of earth. And they must do your bidding, but you must befriend them and be good to them, for you want them to cooperate with you. You have to treat them as friends or comrades or your family members. You have to treat them well. Wizards and wizardresses often invoke into their being or invoke into created sacred spaces or magical circles the frequencies of the Sephirah Binah, where Saturnine emanations are assigned in Kabbalah to attributes such as hermetically sealing, great power, which produces extraordinary celebratory events or venues for enlightenment. And it also will bring sort of an illumination to your entertainment modalities. Calm and confidence wins every occasion throughout cosmological evolutions, where combining Sunstone or Peridot with Peridot again unites astrology, archangelic forces known to Virtual, along with other people's associations with Virtual, to tempt investors through utter charm in the theaters of large commercial properties, celebrations, weddings, funerals, as well as various religious events. Now, it's important to remember that although there is one angel called Virtual for the entire universal organism or the entire universal soul, there are as many holograms of Virtual as there are creatures or individual who are born under that particular sign and have various attributes and confluence of planets in these areas. So it's everything's like a hologram when it comes to these angels. And so everybody has their own Archangel Virtual, their own Archangel Michael, their own Zodiac Angel Virtual, their own Angel of the South, who is Michael. So remember that. Vim and vigor now are going to be extremely important if one wishes to bring a higher order of magnitude to any long-term goal, or power must be sustainable. Power is generated when the sun is transiting through natural fifth house attributes, granting an essential sense of good judgment for the purpose of affording one his or her own self-confidence, trust in self, and relaxed assurance through indicating a good amount of intelligence, thus causing admirable amounts of favorable fortune when considering a bright future for children, and also creatively expressed in original ways. So these are for all factors, all facets of one's creativity in life. Honored and approved from God's hand, found in divine providence, is bestowed from the monad of the adept's God's self, from within, seeing that self and not self are actually the exact same thing, allowing flow in all directions, conducted by her or his personal holy guardian angel. Illumination is produced from self-realization, creating a technique of money magic congruent with one's own visualization of loving kindness done for the good of all. Healthy financial habits provide one with ownership as well as granting one leadership positions. Now watch this, because it's all about leadership during August, especially fifth house and leonine attributes. Let's look at Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7 in the Webster Bible translation. That one's in public domain currently. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. The crown chakra, third eye, or sixth chakra, heart, and solar plexus chakras are invigorated, bathed in white light, and harmonized during this time, predominantly when awe-inspiring environments and original creativity are the goal sought with August's gemstones of providing fortuitous and a goodly portion of monetary occasions through which one may now blossom. As we go to Virtual's health and fitness transmission, the all-important subject of health finds great success in goals and plans realized during this astrological progression of the sun through the natural fifth house of children and creativity in August, possessing convergence arrays through balancing the crown chakra, third eye, or sixth chakra, the heart, and the solar plexus chakras. Remember, with Leo and fifth house attributes, it is all about the heart. It's about the heart chakra. It's about the circulatory system. It's about the thoracic part of the spine and the back and the muscles of the middle back and that strong back. So just understand that these are leonine attributes, and compassion and a healthy ego and loyalty are all important. Crown or seventh chakra is analogous to the top supernal sephira. That's the one at the top, the crown chakra with all the light at the top. And that being Keter, involving the pineal gland, and that's the solar activation of the pineal gland. Scanning third eye or sixth chakra hormone-producing organs, such as the pituitary gland. That's we consider the pituitary gland to be in the third eye rather than the pineal. You know, I know that they called it a third eye for that reason, but because of the anatomical position and because of the function, we feel that the pineal is crown and the pituitary is in the sixth or indigo chakra. That's we hold to that theory in our order. And of course, we're open to friendly, intelligent, and respectful debate on these types of subjects. Now, this pituitary gland and the third eye and sixth chakra, and also the pineal gland and the sixth chakra and the pineal gland and the seventh chakra, finds expressions in the lower supernal sephirot of Chokhmah and Binah. Remember we said Chokhmah and Binah, the male and female reproductive organs of the Kabbalah, which are represented in the Catholic Church by the male statue on the side and Mary on the other side. That's what that represents. And Christ on the cross, that's the solar logos in Tiferet harmony, the solar logos 666, which then is a reflection of the top Father God, the greater countenance, which is the Father God and then the Son. So understand it's a reflection. Now, the pituitary gland will find expression and in the lower supernal sephiroth. It's still the sephiroth that's like behind the gate where the priest and the altar are. And in the lower supernal sephiroth of Chokhmah and Binah, again, granting intelligence in Chokhmah and understanding in Binah, respectively. These are Hebrew words, Keter and Chokhmah and Binah. These are Hebrew words. Again, Hebrew intelligence for Chokhmah and Binah, meaning understanding. It's a Hebrew word in Kabbalah. Now, Kabbalah teaches that men are given an extra amount of intelligence in Chokhmah, while women are given more opulent amount of understanding from Binah, which explains why the two genders differ in their behavior. Also, the right and left brain are different in the way the corpus callosum, it separates the brain. Men have less connections between the two halves of the brain. Women have quite a lot. That's why the way people behave differs, because remember, the brains are formed under hormonal, being bathed in either larger amounts of testosterone or estrogen. So that's why people, of course, obviously behave differently and have their brains function differently, and that's why a man can objectify more easily than a woman. That's why maybe if he hunts, he might feel good that he hunts, and a woman, she can hunt to feed her and her kids, but she may not feel good about it. She may feel sad for the animal. So that's the difference. And of course, with depending upon your astrological attributes, some men have more compassion for animals, and some women who have more masculine attributes astrologically may not have as much compassion. So, everyone is a great individual, unique snowflake. So, everyone is important. Everyone has a piece of God's great treasure, it teaches in the Zohar. It teaches in Kabbalah that every single person has a piece of the puzzle that is extremely important to everybody else. The thing can't be done without every single person's learned input with what your little piece of the treasure, what you have learned, what you represent, what you hold sacred. And every single person is just as important as everybody else when it comes to Kabbalah. Now, keep in mind again that the astrological signs possess both masculine and feminine qualities, affording an individual person more or less abundant portions of these two attributes, which results in nature's great balance. But also keep in mind that it's the fire signs and the air signs are more masculine, and fire being the most masculine, and then air, and then earth and water and earth being the more feminine, earth being more feminine even than earth, because it's what can like fire consumes oxygen, consumes air, and earth consumes water. So I suppose some people would say that if you're consuming something, you're in effect. But anyway, air might be considered to be more masculine if you consider that. But usually in Kabbalah, they have fire as being the most masculine. Father, mother, son, daughter, king, queen, prince, princess, yod, he, vav, he, that kind of thing. Okay, now, regarding the heart chakra. Remember, August, all about the heart chakra. These qualities involve the heart and the back, as we said, as well as a part of the spine, which is the thoracic spine. And this is when soul transits natural fifth house frequencies during this time. Solar plexus chakra activation occurs during this progression, which involves the Sapphire of Tiferet, which also includes the soul of the heart and the ego of the solar plexus. Chakras involved. Again, that would be here, right here. That would be the one that, right here. That one. And again, that's where you find Christ, the solar logos. 666. 666, it's taught in some cultures that is representation of the heart. The heart is what is actually 666. Because the heart will pull you in, and the greater consciousness, even sometimes the logic of the mind will pull you in. It's the illogic of the pineal consciousness where you justify the Creator, according to Zohar and all the Kabbalistic, all the great Kabbalists who teach that it's not always quote unquote logical of the mind, and not always what the heart thinks should be done to feel sorry for someone, but more to always justify the Creator. And that goes beyond the consciousness of the mind or the heart. And it's an effective tool to justify the Creator. And if you'd like to watch some videos on YouTube, you can watch Kabbalah Info, and you can watch Billy Phillips with the Kabbalah Center, and you can watch Dr. Michael Lightman, and again, Rav Berg from the Kabbalah Center. You can watch these individuals. They're very akamai, very smart, very learned, and we've learned much from these individuals. Solar plexus chakra activation occurs during this progression, which involves the Sephirah of Tiferet. And Tiferet includes the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakras. Tiferet. Vital knowledge of one's true personal soul requirements assures proper adherence to biological law, giving rise to efficient and correct cellular task function, and the functioning towards very vigorous and vivacious health. Remember that with the Sephirot of Kether denoting crown chakra energetic fields, Chokhmah and Binah, this associates with the third eye or sixth chakra frequencies, as well as the heart and solar plexus chakras located in the Sapphire of Tiferet. A great soothing, harmonizing, and healing occur during August when one imprints one's personal morphogenic field with intentions towards healing brought into reality through holding fast to universal laws. Divine unsubstantial qualities are transformed into divine substantial traits, making certain we are mindful of our vocabulary, feelings, and dealings or activities, because when you get to God's great throne room, you will find that the face of the great God Almighty is your own face. Strength, power, and confidence allows for fulfillment of plans during August, enlivening the crown or seventh chakra, third eye or sixth chakra, heart, and solar plexus chakras. Zodiacal and angelic currents generate from the branch and the root of the Kabbalistic tree, focusing upon what actually will make you both happy as well as successful, based upon what Creator God originally had in mind when He formed your eternal soul. Follow this now in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 7 to 8. And this is the New Heart English Bible. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It will be health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Organs of the head, chest, and solar plexus found in 7th, 4th, and 3rd chakra vortex centers are often overheated and thus overstimulated and just too much energy is brought forth and too much light is brought in sometimes. And that's sometimes because of overzealous or undisciplined practitioners of either modern science, yoga, or hermetic arts, which all stem from mankind's desire to improve himself spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, and physically. Balance and moderation in all things is a cliche, nevertheless one which gives great sturdiness and health to one's constitution. Laughter is a must. And this is especially true during August. In the I Ching method of chakra healing, this portion of the year is significant for chakras of the head, chest, and upper abdominal energy centers becoming principally enlivened when cleansing, soothing, and balancing natural fifth house attributes, since August's zodiac sign of Leo's ruling planet, the Sun, which is concerned with the pineal gland, heart, and thoracic spine and muscles of the middle back, as well as chakras and organs such as the heart and circulatory system, while the sign Leo itself associates with the heart, chest, or fourth chakra to provide lifeblood to the flesh, as well as a mechanical pump with which to circulate this sanguine nourishment to oxygenate the entire physical body and body of light through the quality of compassionate bestowal and willpower expressed in the 10 Kabbalistic Sephirotic dimensions, incorporation of the entire range of energetic frequencies of Sunstone for Soul, Peridot for Leo, and Peridot again for Leo in August. During August brings poise as well as self-assurance during this fifth house August, causing you to become ever more capable of setting into motion all your well thought through plans and goals. Others will be attracted to your compassion and loyalty during this cosmological transit, bringing new and exciting opportunities, lavish environments, as well as richly rewarding your generosity and emotional intelligence. Intellectus sinus, intelligence of the heart, when natural fifth house attributes of children, creativity, and creative projects are activated and emphasized using August Gemstone, as well as those corresponding to the planet soul, better known as the Sun. Your crown or seventh chakra, third eye or sixth chakra, chest, and solar plexus chakras are measured to be of celestial magnitude throughout natural fifth house solar transits for the function of establishing rich treasures in physical realm sensations as well as in emotional and causal bodies, enabling you towards lucid, voluntary command of your body of light. Christ demonstrated his body of light in Matthew chapter 17 verse 2 of Webster's Bible translation, and he was transfigured before them, and his face shone as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. Astrocartographic arrangements currently, as well as at birth, must be revealed if a holistic style of unveiling one's inner nature is truly desired. A disclaimer is in order here. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Remember to chant your divine tone of I will, or try out the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of willing, and be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Leo. Information found in this document is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and please join us again.